Guys, how are you? I hope you had a really good Christmas. I hope you got everything you wanted, and I hope you're ready to start World War I because we are going to start as soon as we get back. So it's going to be really important that you guys take and you get your World War I notes out and get ready to go. I don't want this to be too long. I'm not going to go to total online notes. I think that you guys actually taking and listening to me and talking to me and us really discussing historical events is really important, so I'm not going to go completely to online notes. However, I do think it can cut some class time and it can really allow us to get to a higher level so you can pass your AP tests and dual credit tests and get you some money for college. So what I need you to do is take out your Unit 14 World War I notes that I gave you before the break. I want you to make sure you follow along with me. One really nice thing about doing online video notes is the fact that if you need to take an extra second and pause this, that way you can get what's on the slide down. You can do it. You can take and rewind it. You didn't understand something, rewind it. Remember, own your own learning. When you are in college and higher level courses like mine, you've got to own this. So take 45 minutes out of your day, get these notes done because I'm going to hold you responsible for them. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, at the very top of your notes it says World War I. I need these dates down, 1914 to 1918. That's what time the war would take place. Every single major war in American history, you'll notice it's actually 4 years. 1861 to 65, it's the 1861 to 65, the Civil War. I hope you said that. Then you're going to have 1914 and 1918 World War I. Later on, World War II will be 1941 to 45. So 4 years is going to be the magic number. But the beautiful thing about World War I is the U.S. does not enter until 1917. Make sure you star that. We actually enter towards the end. So the next thing we're going to do is our very first slides. With that, we'll watch some of these videos when we get to class. No worries about this. The first thing you're going to see is nationalism. You notice I made the ism red. Circle it. Now, just like in class, I want you to take and I want you to circle the root word of nationalism again. Nation. Now, with nation, this is something we talked about, especially after the War of 1812, after we didn't kick the British's butt once, but twice. Hope you said that. So with that, nationalism, by definition, is going to be when you take and you have a deep attachment to one's country, and it helps unify the people and create competition. I want you to, hello, this is going to be super fun, okay? With this, I want you to take and I want you to make sure you underline helps create competition, and then make sure you put deep attachment to one's own nation. Maybe you can underline that. If you want to put it in really simple terms, just write this out beside the slide. My nation is better than yours. That's what I define nationalism in as we get to World War I. It's the fact that I think I'm better than you. And that's one of the big causes, overall causes for World War I. The next thing I want to take a look at is, you'll notice it's another ism. I call them the 3 isms of World War I. So circle ism. You guys already know what this is. We spent an entire week on it before Christmas. Imperialism. Nations seeking economic growth and expansion. Establish a grand global empire. So imperialism for the United States, this is when we gain land. Lots of land. Think about in your head what land we gained that we talked about before Christmas break. You got some ready for me? I hope you can tell me in class. Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Guam, Philippines, Panama Canal, Guantanamo Bay, that kind of stuff. We're getting bigger. Well, we're not the only ones wanting to get bigger. Other countries are wanting to get bigger, especially That's right. We're going to talk about Germany later. So that's my next ism. Next thing I want to do, let's take a look at ism. We have not talked about this one, but circle the ism, but look at the root word. What is it? Military. The simple definition is a buildup of military forces among nations. Basically, it creates a strong military competition. So with that, you have your 3 isms, and you'll notice I put over kind of like a little doohickey on the left-hand side and says overall causes of World War I. The isms are what causes it. Now take a look at your notes. It says nationalism, imperialism, and militarism. Basically, you have a bunch of people thinking my country's better than yours, wanting land, and then building up their military, otherwise known as guns. What do you think that leads to? Of course, it leads to war. So that's where we get our big World War I. Now, the very next thing we're going to take a look at is one of the other overall causes, but it's not an ism. It kind of screwed my whole theory up. But with that, there's an email. Okay, with that, alliances. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take down the word alliances down to the right-hand side of your slide. That's the only thing missing is what's in red right here. But here's what I want you to do next. I'm going to check for it in class when I check your notes. Okay? What is an alliance? An alliance is simple. It's when you have an ally. Do you know what that is? You're my ally. You're my buddy. You're my friend. You got my back. I got yours. It's very, very simple. How we get to World War I is the fact that I've got a lot of friends on my side, and I don't like you. I think my nation's better than yours. I think I need more land than you, and I think I need a bigger military than you. So I got my side. You got your side. All of a sudden, we all hate each other. The hardening of alliance systems, specifically the Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente, Russia was traditionally Serbia's protector. We'll get to that in just a second. Is going to create a massive problem. So make sure you know what an alliance is. Write it out beside it. It literally is a formal friendship / agreement, if you will, between countries to have each other's backs, in other words. Now, I got your back, you got my back, we don't like that person over there. That person over there has somebody else's back and somebody else's back. Now we get into a fight, and now instead of 2 people being in a fight, now there's like 60. That's what happens, okay? That's a world war. Now, we'll get there in class. Here's what I want us to take a look at in the next one. Now, with this, these are the original alliances. Original. When the U.S. gets into this, we're going to change it up a little bit, call them something different. But Germany, Italy, and Austria are what we know as the, what does it say right there? Oh man, this is kind of hard because it doesn't let me. Okay, the Triple Alliance, triple, 3. Germany, Italy, Austria, Hungary. I'm going to be something, it's probably not the best thing, especially if I'm recording myself. I'm going to be a little bit judgmental, but it helps you out on tests with American history. Anytime you see Germany, right here, Germany, right there, equals, write it out on your notes, equals, bad. Germany is bad when it comes to American history normally. Germany is bad. Triple Alliance, Italy, Austria, Hungary, bad alliance. Now look at this. Triple Entente, Great Britain, even though we didn't like them during the American Revolution. Okay, oops. Okay. We normally will ally with them in the world wars. Actually, we will ally with them in the world wars. So anytime you see Great Britain, nice, unless it's American Revolution. Anytime you see Germany, it's bad. There you go. So those are your 2 original alliances. Now, from here on out, let's take a look at what's next. The assassination of, does anybody know who was assassinated that started World War I? If you were in class, I would totally probably give you a piece of candy or something like that. Assassination? You remember from world history, some guy, some duke, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austrian-Hungarian throne. Him and his wife were actually taking a parade around. Oh, it did again. I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. This is not going to be great. Okay, so with this, and they are taking a parade. All of a sudden, this guy, his name is, and I don't even really want to try and say that name, but Gavrilo Princip, okay? A Serbian Black Hand member, which is actually like a secret group that is 100% pro-Serbia, anti-Austria-Hungary, takes and goes to this parade and assassinates Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austrian-Hungarian throne, and his wife. That one guy is killed June 8, 1914. And I am not kidding you, it's a domino effect. You guys know dominoes, right? Domino effect, bam, all of a sudden everybody's in it. Make sure you know this. This is the spark that causes World War I. Now, next up, summer of 1914, after he's assassinated, and I know y'all don't have this in your notes, just follow along with me. You've got, Austria issued an ultimatum to Serbia. Serbia partially agreed. But remember, who did I say was Serbia's natural protector? It's going to be Russia. And when Austria declares war on Serbia, then, there you go, Germany hops into this. Then you've got Russia tries to help Serbia. You get where these alliances are coming from, and all these people want land and have guns. Germany declares war on Russia. All of a sudden, everybody hates each other. France gets in with Russia. All of a sudden now, Germany declares war on France. Oopsie daisy, Germany invades Belgium. I always remember Belgium was neutral. I always remember this because Belgium has really good waffles. And if you have good waffles, you're probably going to be okay with people, you know. But when Belgium is invaded, that really makes Britain mad because Britain had alliances with Belgium. Britain decides to declare war on Germany, and all of a sudden World War I begins. God, that was a lot. Okay, that's why I didn't have you write it down. Now, the official powers for World War I, let's go ahead and get these down. Allied powers. So where it has that little arrow, let's write down Great Britain, France, Russia, Serbia, Belgium. Good waffles, okay? Now, with that, the other side, you'll remember this used to be the Triple Entente? No? Which Entente was it? Make sure you know it. That's going to be something you need to know. Then you're going to have the Central Powers. Oh, sorry, I forgot the U.S., Japan, Montenegro, and Italy. Sorry, fired. Great Britain, France, Russia, Serbia, Belgium, U.S., Japan, Montenegro, and Italy. Those are your allied powers. Out beside allied, I drew a happy face. That means they are the good people. Okay, make sure that you remember that. Now the next one, Central Powers. Now they came from the Triple Entente. They are not so good because, oh, there it is, Germany. Dang it, bad. Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire. Those are your Central Powers. Now, one thing I want you to notice is the fact that Italy used to be part of the bad people. Now they're part of the good people. Italy's what I call my flip-flopper. Okay? Flip-flop. Now, the battle begins. Let's get this slide down. Okay? Okay, it's called the Schlieffen Plan. Say it with me. Schlieffen. Say it. I know I can't see you, but say it. Schlieffen Plan, which is Germany's war plan. Isn't too hard because it sounds German. It's drawn up in 1905. Oh, what did I just say? 1905? Circle that. Now, what's weird about that? Oh, that's what's weird about it. That's before Franz Ferdinand was even assassinated, Miss Barnes. I know. Does this tell you that Germany was hungry for more? Germany was planning this war. They just needed the opportunity, and Archduke Franz Ferdinand's assassination gave it to him. It called for an invasion of neutral Belgium. Remember, that's what made Britain mad. It assumed that Russia would be slow to mobilize because, well, let's be honest, Russia's huge. Normally, huge things are slow, okay? With that, it also allowed for the quick defeat of the French. Now, that was the plan. Let's talk about the problems here, okay? The problems are, remember, if I go too fast for you, pause. That way you can write it down. The problems with the Schlieffen Plan are pretty dang simple. The problems are, it invaded a heavily fortified area of Belgium. We'll talk about particularly a forest next. Okay, it's going to be hard. Great Britain was involved after the invasion of Belgium. They didn't count on that. Oopsie daisies, okay? It encountered strong resistance. The Russian army mobilized quickly. Circle quickly. They didn't think they would. Remember what we say about assuming. Spell assume. A-S-S-U-M-E. You make first three letters out of you and me. That's how my mom told me how to spell assume. Probably not good to put on tape, but I really don't care. Russian army mobilized quickly, and it split Germany forces in the east. You got to think about your entire map of Europe. Germany is in the middle. Imagine Germany right here. Yes? Russia's over here. Okay? Then you got France. Then you got Great Britain and the island over here. If they didn't count on Russia getting involved fast enough, and they didn't count on Great Britain getting involved, then what you now have is Germany, who thought they were just going to do one thing, has to split their forces. They're half as strong. They have a massive issue. Schlieffen Plan, not that great of a plan. Okay? And that is exactly what happens. The downfall of the Schlieffen Plan, France attacked the Germans in the Alsace-Lorraine region, caused delay in the German advance. The Battle of Marne caused the German retreat, signaled abandonment of the Schlieffen Plan, realized the war would not end quickly, and guess who's going to come into the picture here? That's right. Another country that Germany did not plan on. And this country is us. You know we always pack a punch, okay? So with that, make sure we understand the Schlieffen Plan, not the best plan in the world. The Battle of the Marne, that's not the most important battle. I'm going to be really honest with you, but it's still in there. Make sure we know a little bit about it, okay? Now, man, this is an important slide. I don't know if I made a note on your notes. Let me see if I put it. Oh, yeah, I put essay topic. You better believe it's an essay